Hey guys, it's Vulcan Wolverine, and it is Wednesday, March 2nd, and I just wanted to make a video before I go to work. I didn't really have a plan or anything, but I'm getting hit pretty hard. It's like I had a couple of good days. And it's weird, and I don't know, y'all comment on this, like I'm not sure if there's a connection with it, but it was raining for a couple of days, and I had a couple of good days, and now it's like the sky is very clear, and it's been a lot harder. I've been hearing the high-pitched sound when I wasn't hearing it for a couple of days. I do still have that theory that, this does work with the ionosphere when they're, shooting their over-the-horizon radar. Like, that directed energy kind of picks up a little bit of power from the ionosphere. Y'all tell me if I'm just like, I don't know, because I watch Nick Begich. I watch how the Navy, pings this stuff, this electromagnetic frequency stuff. And so I just have that theory that you're going to have good days and bad days depending on however the ionosphere is acting, which I guess I need to study, because saying that sounds so unscientific. I'm doing good at work. I'm getting it in. I'm getting my work in. I'm getting there on time. I'm really just helping my mom and also getting disability because I don't know where this is going to go. So I really. I would suggest all target individuals try and get disability if you can't go to work. Don't end up on the street. Get somebody who can help you, be an advocate for you to help you get Social Security. I know that's easy to say, but the government really needs to give us assistance in this, because this is a huge crime, and it's like we can't live regular lives or have regular jobs. I do it, but it's a very unique circumstance where I can, help my mom out, and she understands, what I'm going through. And you know what, I don't know what her and my father believe about this. I know they always say they trust in me. They don't know if this is true. They believe that I believe it. But it's and I'm going to go ahead and really nerd out, because I was really thinking about this. And it's in Spider-Man, Aunt May always acts like, she hates Spider-Man. She doesn't like him. And then you end up finding out in one comic book that she always knew that Peter was Spider-Man, from a long, long time ago. It's just she never said anything. And it's that's the feeling I get from my mom. It's she knows something's going on, but she denies it to go on with a normal life. But it's she knows. She has a mother's instinct to know that I'm not just sitting there talking crazy. She see me work and how cogent my mind is when I get tasks. So it's this is gonna be a challenge, and it's gonna be a very I guess complicated thing with people, because they have an instinct to, this is too unpleasant for them. But they're still good, and we still gotta get awareness out. I was on a conference call on Monday, which just, I'll say this over and over and over again, please get on those conference calls. That makes me feel so not alone. We actually laugh on conference calls. I laugh in real life too, but, it's hard when you're alone. You do this stuff, it does condition you to feel alone, and bends your perspective to the perspective of your attackers, and that's not good, because they're evil and they're murderers. So you don't want to, I'm not saying it turns you into a murderer. It just makes you very negative. It bends you to their view of the world, that people, it bends you to that negative stuff happening all the time. So really, just, I don't even know what I was saying. It hit me in the head so hard last night on the left side of my head. It stings all over, here, and then here, down here. it has. I mean, it's not too bad. And I don't like. I think I don't know if something I did, and I think it has to do with the shungite. I really think that it stopped the really intense deep burning of like deep in my organs and like my chest, because like I feel stinging, I feel sore, I feel pissed off, I feel like I have a headache, but I don't feel like it's going too deep. I feel like something's kind of soaking that up somehow. And one thing I said, I don't know if I said this on a video, I think I did. I'm having memory problems, like a lot of memory problems, and I think, a lot of them are remote neural monitoring. Like I'll think like I need to do this or something like that, and then I'll just totally forget like seconds later. So it's not like they can steal, they can't steal thoughts, but I think they can like kind of affect your memory somehow. I guess they can kind of swipe it out or cover it up or whatever with the microwave. But I was going to pick up a friend to bring her to an interview yesterday, and she lives right by us. I've driven her home, several times, like 4 times or whatever, and I had to ask her, how do you get to your house again? And it's like really stuff that like seems like an almost Alzheimer's type thing. In other areas, like I can really remember what to do if I'm focused on something. I have it in front of my face. I don't forget it fast. But it is affecting, I think, both my short-term and my long-term memory, because just the way this feels on my head, it feels like it's affecting the nerves, like my nervous system in my head and my spine. They like to hit my upper spine and my head, especially they like to hit this part, because that's where my dad had his aneurysm. That's where his brain bled from. And it's a blessing. He's doing so much better. Like, I mean, he has climbed up, and that's a miracle. But they do, like, I mean, they're so sick that they do hit you. I mean, like, that's where my dad had his aneurysm. They watched all that. They microwaved me in the testicles while I was, like, helping him up while he was having the aneurysm, and he couldn't talk or anything like that. And then it's like after that happened, they started hitting me, right in that spot, where he had his aneurysm, I guess to kind of say, like, in your face, we're the worst people in the world and you can't do anything about it. And I guess that's what they're saying to us all the time with this torture, is like, hey, we're evil, and, even though you're innocent, we can still, trick police and stuff like that. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. So, but I wanted to make a video just checking in. I want to do something every day. Like, I woke up this morning so angry, and I think, like, usually, and I don't know, y'all check me out on this, and I think we all kind of know this, like, I'll go to sleep, and right when I wake up is the angriest I am in all this. And it's not because, like, I'm in pain. It's not because I'm grumpy from, not sleeping or something. There's something going on where they are remote neural monitoring me and affecting my emotions. I found that that's been a bigger endeavor for them than hit me with the ELF or EHF. It's really affecting my emotions, really affecting, like, my depression levels and stuff like that. I think they're really going into that because it's not even a theory for me. I mean, this is true. The longer that they're working with your frequency, the longer that they're attached to you. And somebody said this on a video. I wish I could remember names of people who talk about this, but he said that it's like a radio and a receiver. You get that radio more connected to that receiver, it's going to be picking up the signal better, and that's kind of how they're working with us. We're human receivers, and they're sending out the radio signals, so it keeps that connection, that they learn that frequency better and better, and can I guess control you more and more, control your emotions, what's going on with your brain. But the worst thing about that is while they're doing that, it's burning neurons, and it's hurting your nervous system because it's microwaves. At Shungite, I don't know, I said if they're gonna make us, and I think I said this on one of my videos, but if they're gonna make us guinea pigs for this electromagnetic frequency directed energy weapon stuff, 24 hours a day, I'm gonna be a guinea pig, for stuff that might defend us. And I've done a pretty good job. Without my defenses, I don't know where I'd be at. I don't know where my brain would be at. And life is so precious that, when I'm defending myself good, I'm like, oh my God, thank God. It's just, because it is a thin red line between how much they're hurting you, and you can put a little bit of defenses on and buffer it out and get some comfort and have some real, actually live your life for a little while. Hopefully live your life all the time, even with this stuff going on. But I'm not doing, it's like my mentor says, and I do consider him a mentor. This guy, he's great. He leads the conference call that I go on. Mike, he's just he's so unassuming, the nicest guy I know. But he's really intelligent about this stuff. He wants to hear what everybody else is saying, but he knows a lot about it, and he's guiding other people. And I want to mention, if you find somebody like that, all you guys, if you find somebody who's always listening to you, another target individual, and I'm not like this. I'm half the time I'm yelling at other target individuals how much this sucks and how mad I am, and and then half the time I listen to people and I try and comfort them. So I kind of balance it out where I annoy people about it enough. But there are target individuals out there who they're so selfless, and they help others, and it's they don't even, it's they're like, hey, I'm doing good, but they're really worried about other people so much. And I've got a little bit of this, but there's some saints out there. So if you ever do deal with any target individual like that, take time out to be like, hey, how are you doing? I'm not talking about me, because y'all I'll blab on my videos and stuff like that. But there are some people out there, and it just kind of, and I'm not saying anything about Mike's gonna do this or anything like that, but there was a lady who was always taking care of other target individuals. She was one. She let them come stay with her, and I think that she didn't really, she didn't complain about it a lot, but she, ended up committing suicide recently. And so just those people who carry more weight, even when they're carrying the weight of being target individuals, really look out for those people. Because I think a lot of us, and that me included, I'll complain to everybody and then try and help too. But I think some people, in their nature, they're so selfless, and that's an awesome thing. But in this, we really need to let everybody kind of air their grievances and talk about what they're going through. Now, I'm not saying Mike doesn't do that. I'm sorry to not pick on you, Mike, but I'm actually really complimenting you on how you handle this. I learn a lot. I've just, and that's one thing I really want to say. I've seen such a dark side to life, we all have, right? We're all target individuals. We've seen people who they murder, they're cooking people in their sleep. They don't care. They have no empathy. Something wrong is gone with, something really, really wrong, has happened to them, or, I don't know why they're so evil. But also on the balance sheet, I've seen incredibly heroic people. I've seen greatness. I've seen people with instincts who hear about this and know nothing about it, but still believe in a person enough to help them, or to not judge and not call them crazy. I've seen the heights of humanity in this. I've seen the lowest lows